In disturbing footage, a devil-like creature is spotted on a deserted trail, Bigfoot spotted by a drone, a family haunted by a spirit, and a savage bear attack. These are just a few of the things we will look at. Stick to the end. A drone flies over a forest in the USA at night and captures this tall humanoid creature moving at a pace through the brush. It seems to be focused on its path, moving with purpose. The poster of the video maintains that this is a large and dense forest that no human should be strolling through at night, which is why it's speculated that what we are seeing is possibly the infamous Bigfoot. Nevertheless, users have urged the poster to share the video with authorities in the area in case some poor person is missing in those woods. It's the 4th of July and fireworks are exploding throughout USA suburbs. The cacophony of sound has woken something off the beaten path. A woman hears low growling coming from somewhere in the nearby foliage. She ventures to explore, and this is what she finds.
Oh, stay bright. What the fuck is that? What is that? Oh, it's moving. No, fuck that. No, fuck that. I don't know what the fuck I just...
In the replay, this creature is clearly seen crouching at the base of a tree. Is it a Sasquatch or someone playing a prank? Have the raucous sounds of revelry driven it closer to the suburbs in fear or curiosity, or is it using this opportunity to hunt? Watch the replay and let us know what you think in the comments. Picture this. It's nighttime. You are all alone on a deserted trail surrounded by nature, and then you hear what can only be described as a shriek from somewhere in the woods beyond you. You might want your headphones for this.
Oh my god, no.
Is it the scream of a woman? Or is it just a cat getting ready to fight? You be the judge. According to the World Animal Foundation, the likelihood of being attacked by a bear is almost 1 in 2.1 million. Bears will only attack because they feel threatened or are protecting their young. This is no surprise when you consider that humans are responsible for 71% of grizzly bear deaths, and that these bears are the most aggressive with the bite force of over 1,200 pounds per square inch, which refers to the amount of pressure they can exert with their teeth. Now let that sink in. There are on average 40 bear attacks on humans worldwide every year, and at least 1 fatality a year in the US. This one was caught on camera, and it was very close. Fortunately, the would-be victim and his friend were able to scare off the angry bear. Watch the exhilarating and terrifying encounter. An unsuspecting couple survey their home security camera footage after discovering a disturbance on their property. What it reveals is this creature lurking in the foliage. Tentatively, it peers out in the direction of the camera. Is it a cryptid, or perhaps a little gray man? The creature moves tentatively, alert to the environment. In some parts of the footage, it is almost possible to decipher its body, which could very well be in keeping with the size and shape of a small to medium dog. Take a look. Is this something sinister or the neighbor's pet? Drop us your thoughts in the comments. When you consider that approximately 80% of the world's ocean is unmapped and unseen, it's a pretty terrifying and mystifying place to explore. These divers are having what seems like a fairly placid marine visit, but keep watching to see what crops up in the murky water. The internet provides us with some perplexing footage. When confronted with a nightmarish creature of this magnitude and its deadly razor-sharp teeth, instead of swimming away, these divers actually go over to pet the beast. On closer inspection, it doesn't appear to be living. Instead, there's a metal frame that it seems to be mounted on. Is this a movie prop for Jaws? If it isn't, the real mystery is how it found its way to the bottom of the ocean. Is there anything creepier than falling victim to a stalker, especially when the creature stalking you is Bigfoot? Caught on camera, two shining eyes appear from a forest canopy. The vast head suggests that this is something you don't want to mess with. The two face off for the duration of the video. Probably a wise move on the cameraman's behalf, not to get any closer. There's an ongoing joke about Bigfoot sightings always captured on shaky, low-res cameras. But the overwhelming number of these sightings does suggest that there is something out there that we have yet to explain. Here, what resembles the half-ape, half-Neanderthal creature moves through a forest, its genus a sure giveaway when you witness its height. There is no greater feeling of terror than being alone at home and having unexplained things happen. Most we can rationalize. It's the wind, or it's an old house, when we hear something strange. But what do you do when it's as obvious and disturbing as what this guy encounters?
And look at this door. You cannot make. Look at this. Bro. Nobody is home. My family is in Cancun, bro. You gotta be kidding me. Bro. What?
If you ask me, he should have gone to Cancun with his family.
Bentley? Bro, are you me right now? Are you kidding me right now? What the Bro.
Not sure if this is the work of a poltergeist, but I am sure it would be an annoying one to deal with. Imagine the water cost for all their jokes.
Holy. Why is this door open? What the is going on?
I'm not sure if this video is real or not, but if it is, I would for sure not be hanging around that place for too long. Hospitals can be terrifying places for a number of reasons, but this one takes the cake. Watch closely the area to the left of the wheelchair. A shadowy figure appears, and then scurries away in a matter of seconds. You might have been mistaken, thinking it was a shadow, but watch again. Whatever the mischievous vision is, it moves beyond the wall to settle for a few seconds behind the chair before running off again. Let's face it, most horrors are made even creepier with the presence of a little kid, especially a girl child. Now couple that with an imaginary friend who is actually a paranormal imposter, and you have all the makings of a horror fest. This is exactly what happens here. Skeptics might argue that there is a human just beyond the reach of the camera. But look at when she reaches to offer it the plastic container. Whatever is there is in the frame. We just can't see it. She seems agitated by the encounter as she talks to it, and it appears to attempt to take the canister. It isn't long before she turns on her heels and is out of there. A man is walking when he spots something emerging from the forest to his left on all fours. Ghostly pale with a lengthy abdomen and short legs, the creature crosses the path. Where it is going, we will never know, as the guy filming doesn't stick around to find out. What is this thing that he encountered on his walk? How does it survive in the wild? The footage is way too compelling to simply write it off. There are things out there that we have no knowledge of. This exhilarating footage captures the moment that a huge iceberg rises above the water level before tipping over. The sailboat in the foreground provides an interesting scale to the sheer size and volume of the majestic ice show. Rising at great speed, it takes a few seconds to come crashing down, providing some indication for just how much is hidden from view if you consider that only 1/8 of an iceberg is visible on the surface of the water. Nothing like a day out with your family shooting targets in the snowy mountains. In this footage, the unsuspecting videographer is focused on some family fun, but captures something altogether stranger instead. Watch as a dark, shadowy figure appears in the wilderness to the left of the screen. Is it a fugitive running for cover, or the legendary Bigfoot making a guest appearance? Is this a poorly staged setup? The men and boy shooting seem oblivious. Tell us your thoughts in the comments. It isn't every day one gets to combine their love for cats and the paranormal, but this video provides both. Watch as a family's pet feline is given some special attention by an invisible entity captured on their security camera. The feline remains surprisingly calm, as if this isn't its first encounter with the ghost. Watch as it casually saunters off after the experience. Cats often get a bad rap, especially black ones. In Tales from the Occult, black cats are familiars and shapeshifters, witches, spies, and in some instances protectors from the supernatural. Watch as a street camera captures this bizarre incident. Deliberate arson, black magic, or just a case of being in the wrong place at the wrong time. You be the judge. Perhaps strange noises late at night prompted the owners of this storage room to place a camera inside to capture the cause. Perhaps someone is staging an elaborate hoax to convince us that this place is haunted. Watch as locker doors swing open and shut, as something rattles behind closed doors and a wheelchair goes for a spin on its own. A chance encounter captures this magnificent footage of a stag in its natural habitat. The creature faces off with the voyeur. It stomps its hoof on the ground and snorts. These signals are believed to be a fight or flight response when the animal is confronted by or senses danger. One hopes this sublime specimen escapes intact and doesn't end up as a trophy head on someone's wall. An idyllic natural scene. Two deer move through the forest to a clear pond to drink when one of them startles at what they see. Is it the creature from the Black Lagoon lurking beneath the surface? Or did this poor kid just catch a glimpse of its own face? A jogger pauses when he encounters something odd on the trail a few meters ahead of him. Zooming in, a black-horned creature is visible hunched over on the side of the road. At first, it is indecipherable based on its position, but on closer inspection, it seems to be sitting with its legs crossed facing the forest. As the jogger attempts to get a better look, the creature spots him and begins to rise. One could speculate that it is more than likely human height. What is this strange entity? A young Baphomet? A teenage prank? If you know, drop us a line in the comments. A shaky low-res camera captures something moving in the forest from a distance. As it settles, a statuesque, dark figure is barely visible in the surrounding forest. Is this the notoriously camera-shy Bigfoot? A bright, snowy day in Oregon. A high-res trail camera angled in just the right position captures something intriguing. What do we have here? Is that Bigfoot emerging from the trees? Is that a hat on his head? Let's watch that again. Is this the definitive evidence that proves that Bigfoot exists? Or is it just some guy in a onesie and hat playing a prank? The creature heads off into the forest, moving through the trees. Pay attention to the way it's walking. Is this someone who knows and is familiar with its terrain? The steps, though quick-paced, are cautious. More compelling evidence of Bigfoot or Sasquatch show the creature bounding and leaping without fear. This creature is walking almost tentatively through the snow. Are you convinced? Let us know in the comments. A group of skiers in Utah captured this rolling avalanche as it occurs. One might wonder why they didn't run the minute it started, but avalanches are a common phenomenon in Utah, which gets hundreds of these a year. However, snowfall is increasing, and the avalanches are becoming bigger and more dangerous than before. Last March, there were 150 avalanches recorded, and this year the figure is 250. Watch as this curious black bear spots the trail camera and proceeds to readjust it. Opening up the view to a whole host of wonderful creatures ready for their close-ups. Trail cam footage captures this wonderful sight. A stag spotting a muddy puddle proceeds to dip his antlers in the water before luxuriating his entire body in the mulch. One might think he's enjoying a spa day, but during the mating season, male deer partake in this ritual frequently, and it's not quite as you'd imagine. These male deer wallow in the mud, where they defecate and urinate repeatedly. They use this scent to attract females. The mud also gives them a larger and darker appearance, which makes them more attractive to the female, and helps to intimidate rival males. Amazing camera footage captures this black sphere moving through the sky. It then shoots off, disappearing from view, closely followed by two UFOs that resemble something closer to aircraft. The orb is the most intriguing of these sightings and is not dissimilar to the UFO in the footage released by the US Pentagon that was seen in Iraq. Other footage recorded the same object, which has been described as a self-illuminated sphere approximately 6 foot in diameter, which was spotted swarming a Navy warship. The Omaha captured on thermal imaging at night this little ball of light flying around. The Omaha sphere is considered to be a true unknown with intelligence, unable to resolve where it came from and where it disappeared to, only that it appeared to vanish into the ocean. Still now, the mystery persists as scientists and UFO experts continue to review footage of these anomalies in the hopes of finding a logical explanation. What are your thoughts? Drop us a line in comments. It is rutting season, the time where deer look to attract a mate. In earlier footage, you saw a stag prepare for courtship. During this season, males will fight and call to attract a female. Deer possess a vast array of vocalizations. For some, the mating call sounds like a car engine starting up followed by a long period of grunting, whilst others, like this stag, release a kind of bellow. Watch as he calls out to a potential mate, or uses this call to ward off any rival males. As you will see, it is followed soon afterwards by a special mud bath. If you want to see more interesting footage, then watch this.